After her argument with Edward that night, Sophia realized she might finally lose Edward to Ellie, due to Edward's change in attitude towards her. In order to prevent that, Sophia headed to her parents' house the following day, to see her mother. Upon seeing the countenance of her daughter as soon as she entered her bedroom, Stephanie, Sophia's mom, knew something was off. "May I know what the problem is, my princess? You are not even showing that you are happy to see me? Is there anything I need to know?" Stephanie asked, trying to figure out what was going on in her daughter's head. "I called you the other day to ask for help, Mom, but you told me you were busy, and you would get in touch with when you are free, but you never did," Sophia said, with her frustration evident. "I am so sorry, my princess. Your father has been giving me a lot of headaches nowadays." "He has been trying to go back to his old ways," Stephanie responded, sighing. "What's up with you and Dad? I never knew you both are not on good terms. What is the problem?" Sophia asked, momentarily distracted from her own troubles. "It is not like we had a fight, but I overheard him talking to someone on phone, to locate that woman's daughter," Stephanie said, with her voice tinged with anxiety. "The woman's daughter? Which woman is that?" Sophia asked, trying to process the person in question, and when she finally realized whom her mother was talking about, she exclaimed, "What? He is in search of that woman's daughter? Why all of a sudden? I thought he cut off communication with them 12 years ago." Sophia asked, widening her eyes. "That is exactly what I still don't get. Why now after all these years?" Stephanie asked, confused. "Hope is not that. He is aware of what happened 10 years ago." Sophia asked suspiciously. "No, I don't think so. He only thinks she disappeared with her child. He doesn't know what exactly happened that night 10 years ago," Stephanie said, lowering her voice. "But what if he finds her and everything gets revealed? She actually witnessed all that happened that night," Sophia asked, fear creeping into her voice. "That is why I need to find her first. She should have shared the same fate with her mother that night. But why the search for her now of all times?" Stephanie asked, getting frustrated and trying to figure out what to do. "I need to get to her before he does. I cannot allow all my efforts to go down the drain," Stephanie said in a scared voice. Looking into her mother's eyes, all Sophia could see was fear. Sophia felt like her mother was hiding something from her, which was making her all worked up. "Mom, is there more to this issue? Is there anything you are hiding from me that I need to know?" Sophia asked her mother suspiciously, reading meaning to her reaction. "What do you mean by hiding something from you?" "There is nothing of such," Stephanie responded, avoiding making eye contact with her daughter. In order not to arouse her daughter's suspicion further, Stephanie changed the topic of discussion. "You said there is a problem over the phone? What's that all about?" Stephanie asked. "Edward is cheating on me, Mom," Sophia spilled. "What? Did you two have a fight? You told me 2 months ago that you are now on good terms. You even told me you are pregnant. So where is this coming from?" Stephanie asked, confused. "We never fought. I didn't even know he was cheating on me, until I by chance witnessed him professing his love for the lady at the club. And when I confronted Edward, he didn't even deny it and instead told me he loves her. And nothing changed that fact," Sophia said, feeling sad. "Are you sure he isn't aware that you are cheating on him with Richard?" Stephanie asked. "You knew all along that I am still in a relationship with Richard?" Sophia asked, with shock written all over her face. "Yes, I do. I know you love Richard, which is why I didn't say anything. I and your dad didn't allow you two to get married back then because of his poor family background. He actually doesn't fit to be your husband, but he is fit to be your lover," Stephanie said, supporting her daughter's action. "I don't think he is aware. He has stopped coming home and he spends most of his time with that lady," Sophia said, feeling dejected, with jealousy obvious in her voice. "Are you in love with Edward? Thought you got married to him because your father forced you to?" Stephanie asked, raising her eyebrow. Right now, he is my only fallback. This is the time I need him to love me the more, Sophia said. Your only fallback? What do you mean by that? Stephanie asked. I caught Richard cheating on me 2 weeks ago. Not only is he cheating on me, but his mistress is also pregnant for him and carrying his child, Sophia said, with sadness in her voice. Just forget about him and focus on Edward. Thank goodness you are carrying his child in your belly. You can win him over with that, and do not worry, I will find a way to get rid of that lady for you. Just let me know where she works and her name, Stephanie said, giving Sophia assurance of getting rid of Ellie. Edward's mistress is not the only being we have to get rid of. We need to get rid of Richard and his mother, Sophia said, making her mother confused. Why do you need to get rid of Richard and his mom? You can just dump him and move on with Edward, Stephanie advised. They need to be gone, Mum, because they are the only ones aware of the circumstances relating to my pregnancy, Sophia said, making her mother pause. The circumstances relating to your pregnancy? What do you mean by that? Stephanie, who was getting confused, asked her daughter, who was trying her possible best not to make her eye contact with her. When Stephanie finally realized the situation on ground, she exclaimed in disbelief. Don't tell me that child isn't Edward's, Stephanie exclaimed in disbelief, with her words hanging in the air, expecting a counter-response from her daughter, but she never got one.